Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I'm going to be talking about Sun's transit to Virgo. To the ones who are wondering why I'm talking about Sun's transit through Virgo, whereas Sun is transiting through Libra, as per the tropical zodiac. So this is because of the approximately 24 degrees shift, the wobbling of the Earth, which is why there is a difference of 24 degrees and we are behind the tropical zodiac. This is the Sidereal Zodiac, and that's the reason Sun is transiting Virgo sign, Kanya Sankranti, as we say in the Vedic system of astrology, and not Sun is transiting through Libra right now. So this is actually about Sun in the sixth sign of the natural zodiac, the cosmic man, or the zodiac man, as we say, the Kala Purusha Kundli. So it's a very good placement because the Upchaya houses, whenever Sun or Mars, or as a matter of fact, Saturn, they all transit through the sixth house of the natural zodiac. This is considered to be a very positive placement for them. It is ruled by Mercury, so definitely very comfortable. Everybody feels, all the malefic planets feel comfortable with Mercury because Mercury is a neutral planet in a way. So Sun being the father of this prince, Sun is the king in the celestial cabinet and Mercury is the prince. So this is considered to be a very positive transit for Sun also, because Sun is going to be visiting his child's house, child's place. So this king is very happy to visit his prince. He's going to pamper him and the vice versa. So this is a very beautiful transit, and to the ones who are watching me for the first time, if you want to understand how the videos are about, how it goes like, so initial part is the summary part wherein I explain what is the transit about, and then I go to the sign wise prediction in the letter segment. So do subscribe my channel to watch such videos, and do hit the like button also. It really makes me elevated. Okay, thank you so much for the ones who have been with me in this journey all through. Thank you so much for encouraging me. And you know, I'm about to reach the milestone of 20K. So I hope you can help me reach that faster, sooner. Thank you so much. So what is this transit about? Sun is going to be in Virgo sign and is going to be transiting through 3 nakshatras of Uttara Phalguni, Hasta and Chitra, and is going to be in the Navamsa. I have given all the dates in the description box. So to the ones who feel that, you know, why the transit is not giving the good results, so maybe, you know, this transit is from your Janma Tara, your Janma Nakshatra. It is the 3rd, 5th or the 7th nakshatra transit. So whenever Uttara Phalguni, Hasta, Chitra, you have to see which is your Janma nakshatra and see if this is the 3rd or the 5th or the 7th nakshatra Sun is transiting through. So you will feel little discomfort. Sun moves in a day 1 degree. So when Sun is moving in a particular Navamsa, it is going to be for 3 days in that particular Navamsa. To start with, it is going to be in Capricorn, then Aquarius, then Pisces, Aries, Taurus, so on and so forth. So this transit of Sun would be good in the Navamsa of Pisces, Aries, Gemini, as well as Leo. So it is going to be very comfortable in Leo Navamsa, Aries Navamsa especially. So you can calculate 3 days. It is going to stay in Capricorn 3 days, next 3 days in Aquarius, and next 3 days in Pisces. That's how you have to calculate yourself. Now, being the student of astrology and watching my videos, you must have at least come to know how this is calculated. So 3 days, like Moon stays in a particular Navamsa for 6 hours approximately. So similarly, you know, Venus also stays for approximately a day in 3 days in a particular Navamsa, because it is also around about 30 days to 40 days in a particular zone. So that's how you have to calculate, because the degrees every inner planet is moving is approximately 1 degree a day. So that's how. Sun at least is for sure 1 degree. Rest of the planets will vary. So this is how you should calculate the Navamsa movement. And check for yourself if you are a particular rising. So if you're suppose a Capricorn rising and Sun transiting there over your first house is going to be good. It is not going to give you bad results. It's going to give you a lot of energy, enthusiasm, zeal. And being in the sixth house of the natural zodiac, because Sun denotes the power, the authority, the leaders, and also the general approach to life. So this is definitely going to be enhancing those significations. It's going to be conjunct Mercury. It's going to be conjunct Mars also. And this Sun is going to be aspected by Jupiter as well. Rahu also from the Taurus sign, not to forget that. So Rahu, Jupiter. So this is like the earthy signs are getting heavily activated. Most of the planets are in the earth signs, and the stellium is forming in the Virgo sign, one after the other. As you can see earlier, it was Venus, then it was Mercury, Mars, then now Sun is also going to be there. So it's just that Ketu is out, I think, and Venus is out of the earthy signs. Moon, of course, keeps changing signs every 2 quarter days. So earth signs, whenever earth signs get activated, so people, the bent of mind is towards the Artha Trikona, that is the Artha, which is like, the material comforts, the responsibilities towards doing things materially. So your focus is more on, not on emotions, not on dharma. You are more inclined towards making money, finances, growth, your prospects. What are your future prospects about making good amount of money. So in the sixth sign of the natural zodiac, you are very organized. When Sun is there, Mars is there, Venus, Mercury is there. So you're very meticulously planning and doing things, very analytical, very critical about things. You're very, towards perfection. The bent of mind is towards perfection. So this will actually give you focus on the work, finding ways to make the schedules flow more smoothly, more inclined towards doing things which you have not been able to do. You're going to be focused on your wellness, healing, and also your health goals that you have set will be also achieved during this time. It also actually will be giving you that bent of mind towards self-care. You will be more focused on those fun exercises, or maybe the fitness regime, or starting a new diet plan. All those will be too much on handy. You will be more focused on organizing things. Maybe you will be uncluttering the surroundings, or maybe you're a sporty person yourself. You're going to be in maybe sports. So you're inclined towards doing that. If you are a leader yourself, you'll be very, charged up right now with new assignments. So you are just worldly, too much into the worldly things. You're not inclined towards spiritual, because Rahu is also aspecting, not to forget. So whenever Rahu and Sun combination comes in, what happens? There is a deviation. There is a, it said that the leaders make wrong decisions also, or maybe they deviate the path. They have to do something which is very different than the league. So this is the time they will be actually implementing the things, that the policies that they have been planning, the strategies that they have been planning from a long time. So it will be very unconventional kinds. There can be reputation at stake of the leaders also, because of the Rahu aspect. Thankfully, Jupiter is also looking at the zone. So it's very good for health purpose, for your medical treatments that you have to go in for. Immunity levels will definitely increase and get better, because Mars is also there and Sun is also there. So this is definitely a very positive one. Till the time Mars is also here, so you will feel quite charged up, quite aggressive, and you'll be working out, you'll be scheduling things, you'll be taking care of your health, you'll be running, and you'll be fitness freak, you can say. And of course, your communication, Mercury is also there, not to forget. So your communication will get improved. And I have mentioned all the dates in the description box as to the conjunction, till when the conjunction of the planets is, because Mercury is going to go retrograde when it moves into Libra, and then will be coming back to Virgo sign. So the dates are in the description box. Do check those out. And Mars is also going to be in Libra after this, and then will be conjunct the Venus and aspected by Saturn as well. So those, of course, need separate attention. But here you're going to be very detail oriented. Sun transiting here is the time to initiate things in a very bigger manner. If you want to get in touch with the influential people, you want to finish off the pending jobs, or you have to strike a conversation with leaders or the government authorities. So this is the time you will be actually doing all these things, and you will be getting in touch with these people, and there will be some practical decisions that you will be making. Just be careful about the Rahu aspect. It can lead to some deviation, some out of the box thinking. So I think that's very positive again. And with Jupiter's aspect, I think this is getting quite an expansive kind of an energy. The thought process is going to be thinking of bigger things, bigger pictures, not just confining to the near future, but you will be planning for the future, which is beyond time. So it is definitely a planet. The sun is moving towards its sign of debility. So that is also, it's called the Avrohi Graha. Whenever a planet is moving towards its exaltation, suppose this was in Pisces, so it would have been like the other way around. It would have been an Arohi Graha because it would have been into exaltation. Now here it is an Avarohi Graha, which means that it is going downhill. It is going towards its sign of debility. So Sun is comfortable here, but by the end of this transit, when Sun is in Virgo Navamsa also, that is Virgotama, last 3 days. So this energy is felt even more. The sign of debility is actually the Sun getting closer to. So that's the time, you will feel you will start feeling a little uneasy. You will feel that you're feeling quite unorganized, disorganized, the things that you want to do, they are getting little delayed now. Okay. I also want to tell you that this is a very important transit for one more reason. It's my birthday month, because I'm a Sun in Virgo born, because on the 11th of October, Sun was in Virgo when I was born. So it's really a very important transit for me. So I need your blessings. Thank you so much for all your love and care. And I really feel that there are bigger changes coming in my life also. And I need your blessings, and me and my family, of course. So keep blessing us. Thank you so much for all your support and love, and all your comments, beautiful comments, and the best wishes when I was so unwell. My family was going through rough times. I really appreciate all the support that you have given me. This 1 year has been really tough for me and my family as well. And a little overwhelmed here, but yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much, everybody. I really appreciate your love. Thank you so much. So, okay, let's move on with the predictive, and God bless you all. Okay, so let me share the screen and share with you the chart. Okay. Okay, so for Aries natives, this Sun is going to be transiting, if you can see the chart, otherwise I'll share again. 1 second, doesn't get shared in one go. All right, these are live sessions, I must tell you, so this glitch keeps happening. Okay, so Sun is going to be, for Aries natives first, Sun is going to be transiting your 6th house zone, and is going to be aspected by Rahu, and is going to be aspected by Rahu, Jupiter, and is conjunct Mars, Mercury. So it's loads and loads of energy in your 6th house zone. So this will give you a lot of focus on your health, on your fitness, on your regime. And this is the time that you should actually be very practical and utilize this to reorganize everything. This is the time that you should actually, do something about your fitness, your wellness, organize your calendars, fix your goals, be a leader, be a healer, help others. Okay, because healthy mind will actually help others also. If you are healthy, you will be able to help others as well. So you people must actually utilize this transit, because Rahu energy is also there, and this is the time to experience some detail oriented mindset, and you will be focusing on little things, and this will be the opportunity to get rid of the pending jobs, and get rid of the people who are not actually worthwhile. You are able to combat the enmity, the people who are backstabbing you, because this is like the house of debts, loans, litigation, and health, diseases, also enemies. So there are certain hidden enemies which will come to limelight, and you will be able to combat those as well. So very positive transit for you, I would say, because there is no planet transiting in the opposite house, so no Vedha also for you. You must chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha. Om. Okay, so this is something, because sun exalts here, so you should strengthen this sun. So this is applicable for one and all. I will be pinning it down, the chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om. All right, so you have to start with an Om and you have to end it with an Om. Okay, I will mention it in the description box also. I will write it. Okay, so coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. So for Taurus natives, Sun is going to be transiting your fifth house and is aspected by Rahu, aspected by Jupiter, and is conjunct Mars and Mercury. So this definitely, is little uncomfortable transit for the ones, because Taurus sign and sun debilitates in Venus's sign, as you all know. So this is little uncomfortable position for Sun, but yes, this will give you a lot of creativity, procreation, childbirth, going for the treatment, IVF treatment. You can do that. You are going to be indulging in playful activities, joy. You're looking for that comfort. You might have some aggression, or maybe that aggression which you have, that fire that you have, will lead to making doing the task that you have in hand. So this is a very fiery kind of a placement, because it's in the natural zodiac, it rules this place. So you will have a lot of energy to, maybe with your partner, you can be a little aggressive. There can be some ego clashes, but yes, this is the time to going for some romantic pursuits, going for some artistic endeavors. All those things you have to actually utilize right now. There is a lot of energy about Rahu and Jupiter also. So this will give you a lot of creativity. This will give you self-protectiveness also. You feel that, you are going to be more into children, hobbies, and self-expression. You feel that you want to enjoy everything. This is the time, actually, you should actually, that inner child of yours, I feel that you should actually go in for that. You should become that child yourself. And the communication with people is definitely going to be very positive. You're going to be doing well as a student. You're going to be doing well if you are an investor also. Very positive transit for you. So enjoy this and make the best use of it. In fact, this is the time you should be making the best use of it. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. For Gemini natives, this transit is happening on your fourth house, and fourth house is actually the Nadir. It's like the midnight time, and it's losing its digbal. Mars and Sun, they're losing their digbal. In the fourth house, they don't feel that comfortable also, because it's the house of emotions, and Mars, as it is, debilitates in Moon sign. So fourth house is sort of a very emotional kind of an energy. You do feel connected with your family, or maybe there will be some ego clashes here and there, but that doesn't matter much, because this is the placement where the owner of this, the Lord of Gemini, is also conjunct, at least for a few days, and then we'll go into the sign of Libra and will be coming back in retrogression. So again, it is giving that kind of strength. When the Lord is there with you, it becomes quite strengthening. This transit becomes quite strengthening also. So this will give you a lot of energy, encouragement, and maybe you will be focusing more on the cleanliness, and you will be very meticulous about feeling how to finish off the household chores. You're getting connected with your family members, your partner. If there are certain emotional combats that you have to go in for, you will be actually sorting those things also out. This is definitely the feeling is of being at home, being homely. So spend more time with your family, and do not break the trust. You do have to give them security right now, and you will be definitely very emotional with them. Rahu is looking at from the 12th house. So this is a good transit for the ones who are in the foreign land. This will give you a lot of connect with the buyers, or some delegates, some leaders. You're going to be leader yourself. So you're going to be giving that kind of energy to the people overseas. And Jupiter and Saturn are in your 8th house looking at this zone. So this will enhance and give you that kind of expansive energy to think about maybe you would be planning your house, or you'll be doing things at home. So all those energies are pretty heightened when Sun is here. There can be some change also in strategies, or in some, in your leadership skills. You will be enhancing that also. So definitely a very good transit for you. You are actually quite nitpicky. You get nitpicky also, I have seen, and finicky also at times. Why there's no why there is so much of clutter in the house, and you will become quite fussy also with people around you. I have that combination, Sun and Mercury, as you all know. So I know what happens when this is in the sign of Virgo, which is a very meticulous sign. So I do get little nitpicky at times, but yeah, this is something, because I'm very analytical, very meticulous in my because of this combination, as you all know. So coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. So for Cancer natives, this transit is happening over your 3rd house. 3rd house transit is considered to be excellent for Sun, 3, 6, 10, 11, as you all know, because these are the Upchaya houses. And Sun feels like quite communicative, quite charged up, quite, diplomatic also here. So you will be getting connected with and charged up with the people around you. You will be maybe, getting into the details of the day-to-day communication. As it is, you have Mars energy there. So you will be very bold in making decisions right now. You will be interacting with people in a very logistical manner. You will be very, ahead of your work. So that's something which is very positive. So in case you have any kind of pending jobs, any kind of things which are not getting any kind of results, so this will be the time you will be actually implementing those, and you'll be taking them forward. And some journeys, short journeys, which are going to take place, is going to be for your betterment. Maybe you're going to be, moving out of the place where you are. You will be very, very detail oriented because, as you all know, in the beginning, I mentioned, Sun is in my Virgo sign, so is my Mercury. So I'm very detail oriented. You have seen in my description boxes, I always timestamp, I always give all the information. It's because of this combination in my horoscope. So that's why, it's my birthday month. So because Sun and Mercury combination. So you do definitely get into the depth of everything, get into the details of everything. Don't be too critical though. And you can have some ego clashes with your siblings and neighbors though. Because wherever Sun sits, it's actually a big bloated ego it gives. So you have to be little careful about those energies, and do the chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om, which is in the description box also. Do this remedy. It's really very, very wonderful remedy. And as I always say that I don't do the chants, I don't give the chants unless I have done it myself. That's the basic rule of chanting. And once you open the chakras, you have to close them also. So unless the person you have who has donated you and you do the chant, your chakras will not get shut. So you must definitely do the chant only if it is donated by somebody. So this is a general thing, though I give in on the remedy, when I do the reading one-on-one, then that's a better way to take the chance, rather than, taking the chance online. And, it's a general thing, though. I have done the chance, so I am eligible to give you the chance. But still, be careful. When you're chanting, you should be very careful. Even the Om chant has a different power. You cannot do it if it is not given to you by somebody. So be careful with the chants. You have to be very, very sensitive, to the chants. And you should pronounce them well. Om Grani Suryaya Namaha Om. You must close it with an Om. Start with the Om and end it with an Om. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo. Leo, you have a beautiful transit coming your way, because Sun is in your second house and it's conjunct Mars, it's conjunct Mercury, being the Lord of the 11th and the 2nd. So very bright for the financials. You're definitely going to be making good finances. You're going to have that growth also in financials. You're focused on that's the sense of security and value system is very strong when Sun is transiting through this zone. You will be going in for some change. Maybe, you're going to be going for some heavy investments, and you're going to be getting into the details of the budget planning, financials, your income that you're having. You're going to be parking it in a proper manner. Where should I invest? All those are actually the areas that you will be covering. You need to negotiate a raise or find a new job during this time. In case you have been looking forward to, you should be doing it. Actually, here Sun is towards the morning time. Sun is moving towards the early morning here, and when Sun reaches here, so this is the early morning. Like for Virgo people, Sun is in the first house, means it is the early morning time. So this actually is a position where Sun is very comfortable. Also, Sun is going to be rising right now. So this is the time whenever you feel that you're down and out. So you should actually look at the Sun, the rising Sun, and chant Om Grani Suryaya Namaha Om. I've mentioned in the description box. So you should chant that 108 times, and you will feel that you're attaining some kind of power in you. Some power is coming into you, and you're getting that again, that energy back. It's like the rising Sun, right? So you should be planning everything very meticulously. Park your funds. This is the time you definitely will be getting into some business or some kind of money growth. Okay. Financially, you're going to be doing well. And of course, Rahu is looking here. Jupiter is also looking here from the 6th house. So get into the details of everything, depth of everything. Don't do anything superficially. There will be some support from the from the people at the place of work. They will be supportive of you, and some new assignment you will be getting into also. Very good time for student natives. Some competitive success is on cards. Good for progeny as well. Okay, in case you're planning. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. So for Virgo natives, this is the first house transit of Sun. Mars is there, Mercury is there. So a lot of communication, logical communication is on cards. You're going to be thinking of growth. You're going to be thinking of your personal desires. You're going to be fulfilling those desires. Also, you're going to be having some relationship issues with the partner, ego clashes also, because Sun and Mars combination gives that. And Mercury is also there. So you're going to be very analytical. You're going to be very calculative in everything. Whatever are the projects that you are lying pending, you'll be completing. You have a lot of charged up energy here, and you will be making some bold decisions. If you are an authoritative figure yourself, this is the time to delegate. You will be having a lot of stuff to handle now. A lot of workload is going to be there. So focus on the projects that you are, going to be taking up. It's definitely going to be very positive for you. I've given the chant. Please do that chant for 108 times. Definitely a very positive transit for you. Rahu is looking here, and so is Jupiter. So take care of your weight gain. You can gain weight, and there can be some confusion, which can be there with with your father, or maybe with the authoritative figures. So just be careful about those energies. Good time for progeny. In case you're thinking of a childbirth, you're planning a childbirth, going in for some treatment, you should be going in for that. IVF or any kind of treatment for the childbirth, this is a good placement for Sun. All right. Do the chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om for 108 times. I've mentioned in the description box also. Please do hear it properly and do it. For Libra natives, this transit is happening over your 12th house, and being the Lord of the 11th in the 12th house, this is a positive transit in a way, because it is going to give you that kind of energy, that strength to organize things, to restore things. You are going to be actually having some kind of personal transformation right now. Everything is going to be in order. You're going to be planning everything. You need that extra lone time, and you want to just get into that zone where you plan things for the bigger picture, because Jupiter is looking, Rahu is also looking. So some connection with the foreigners is also quite likely. Expenditures might increase during this time. Mars is there, Mercury is there. So maybe you will buy a PC, a computer, or maybe you will be buying a iPad. That is also quite likely. So something, on gadgets people spend when Mercury, Mars, and Sun are in the 12th house. So this will give you some kind of connect with the friends. In the friend circle, you will be moving around, and you will be having some kind of clarity also about your investments, the investors that you're looking forward to from the foreign lands. So that's going to be working as well. Definitely a very positive transit for the ones who are having some connection with the MNC or the people overseas, some leaders or some authoritative figures you're going to be getting connected to, and they'll be helping you. Some friends maybe, who are influential, they'll be coming to your rescue. The best time is that this is the zone for restoration. Also hospitalization, maybe, you will be able to combat the disease that you're going through with the Sun, Mars in the 12th house. But yes, you have to be very meticulously planning all your investments, all your, the advice that you're getting about your growth. You should take it. Okay. Take the advice and then go ahead. Do the chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om for 108 times. All right. Coming to Scorpio sign. For Scorpio natives, this Sun is going to be transiting your 11th house. Being the Lord of the 10th and the 11th is a very good placement, and this is conjunct the Lagnesh, that is Mars, the Ascendant Lord, and then also the 11th Lord Mercury. So also the 8th Lord, we should not forget. But yes, this is definitely a very positive placement, because you're going to be having some kind of, you're going to be getting in touch with your values. You're going to be thinking of some powerful planning. Right now you'll be very artistic. You'll be very meticulous in your work. And this will give you some kind of optimism, which is required at the moment, in case you are having a lot of negative energy. So at the place of work, so this is going to sort out a lot many things, and it's going to lead to elevation. Definitely a very positive placement for Sun, because Sun is good in Upchaya houses 3, 6, 10, 11. As I said, it was good in the 10th house also. Now it's in the 11th house. So very good time for getting connected with authoritative figures or politicians or government authorities, or maybe, some influential people you'll be getting connected to for completion of your task or getting your work done. So this is definitely a positive move if you're making any kind of investments, any kind of travel plans, any kind of expansion. Jupiter is also looking here, Rahu is also looking here. So it's definitely bringing about some kind of connect with the outside world, outside people. So utilize this. Very good time for procreation, love, romance. You're very creative. You're going to be utilizing this time for your hobbies, for being into the sports activities, for organizing yourself, organizing your investments in a proper manner, taking the help of or advice of the investors or the people who specialize in these zones. So you should actually seek advice and go ahead with the investments also, wherever you want to park your funds. definitely a very positive one. For job change also, maybe there is some job change coming your way. Good for student natives also. I must tell you that, they are also thinking of some change, some growth, competitive success. All that is on cards. Very positive transit for Scorpio natives. Coming to the next sign, that's Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, Sun is going to be in your 10th house. So 10th house is the zone where Sun gets Digbali also, is in the Upchaya Sthana, with Mars also getting Digbali, with Mercury being the lord of the Virgo sign, exalted and its own zone, and forming the Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga also, not to forget. So for you, it is definitely a very positive transit for a move, for a change, for growth. In case you're thinking of moving, from the place where you are, or you're not able to convey what you are going through. So this is the time you will be actually connecting with those, people, the authoritative people. You're going to be conveying your mind. You'll be maybe, conveying that whatever you're going through, your creative abilities are coming into limelight and acknowledged by those people also. The career goals are coming to true, whatever you have set. Okay. Instead of showing off or getting overcritical of your performance, take the middle path. That's what is the right way to do. By simply being diligent, well organized, and upping your attention to detail, you can get ahead to the work and start impressing all the right people. Okay, because this is the only time when Sun is very strong here. Then Sun is an Avrohi Graha, as I said in the initial summary part. It's going towards its time of debility, so you will, I think, miss the bus. So it's better that you utilize this transit and make the best use of it, because this is giving you that kind of positive energy also. Confidence is there, name and fame is also there. Rahu is looking here. So Rahu actually brings about some some kind of confusion, and it actually defames whenever Rahu looks at the Sun, because Sun is authority, Sun is name and fame. So that is something which is minimizing it, but at the same time, not to forget, Jupiter is also aspecting. So that is kind of a balancing thing. So utilize this transit to complete. The Lagnesh is also looking at this zone. So it is the time to communicate your mindset, your mind to the people who actually, are ignoring you or are not able to look at you. So get on to the right kind of people, get connected to the right kind of people. Chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om for 108 times, and definitely you will sail through this transit as well. Like it's going to strengthen it, not sail through, but it's going to strengthen this transit. It's already strong. Sun is already strong here. Coming to Capricorn. For Capricorn natives, Sun is going to be transiting your 9th house and is conjunct the 9th lord, that is the Bhagesh. It's going to be with the Sun is the 8th lord, although it's considered to be little difficult placement for your father or the connect with your gurus or the spiritual path. So Rahu is also looking here. So you have to think out of the box, something which will enhance your, your growth, your mindset. So this is the time you should be actually focusing on those. You can be, this is going to be lighting up the adventurous you, basically. You will be getting into that zone where you will be looking at the life in a very different perspective. So this is the time to get into those details and plan what exactly is giving you happiness, how you can elevate yourself, how you can be more skillful, how you can enhance that. So come out of that comfort zone, break those, and then you see how everything just falls in place. This definitely is a very beautiful transit till the time it till the time Sun enters the sign of debility in the 10th house, though it is not going to be that bad for you because it's Digbali here. Sun is Digbali here, with Mars also going there, it's Digbali there. So you should be utilizing these kind of transits for making decisions which are a little tough, but they are towards better for the future. So this will give you some decision making which requires a lot of courage. Mars is there. Till the time Mars is there, please utilize this transit. Till the next month, Mars is going to be with this Sun. Utilize it and make some bold decisions. You're going to be very, very courageous, and this is definitely going to pay off. Mercury is going to go retrograde and then coming back to the sign, so on the 2nd of October. So I think you should be making decisions before that, before Mercury goes retrograde, documentation, etc. If you have to, just take a quick call, I feel. Don't delay, because you are very practical sign, but you're very Saturn in the first house, delays matters. So just plan everything. If you have to plan childbirth, do it. And if you have to plan a change of place, you can do it right now with Sun in the trine to Saturn and Jupiter and Rahu as well. Okay, be more practical, but don't be too slow. All right. Chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om for 108 times in the morning. It will be good for you. Okay. Coming to the Aquarius sign. For Aquarius, Sun is transiting your 8th house this month. See, 8th house transit is a little difficult for Sun, but it gives a lot of revelations. It makes a lot of revelations. And being the Lord of your 7th in the 8th house, it might give some communication gap with your partner or the partner's family. Also, Rahu is looking here, so you have to take care of your name and fame. You have to take care of your earnings. Maybe you will be going in for, you will be dependent on other people's money during this time. This is not a good placement for father's business, father's work, father's health also. It's like loss of father's health. So you have to take care of all that. But yes, Jupiter is the big time saving grace, in your 8th house from the 12th. So this is definitely a very positive one, because it is going to make you feel that you're actually diving into that zone where you have to excuse me for this. It's a continuously, I'm talking continuously from past 1 hour. So okay, so if there is any kind of baggage in your intimate relationship, so this is the time you should actually set the boundaries. You must be very clear about what exactly are your rules. You should set those rules and do not let them go haywire. Don't just stick on to the rules. I feel that don't break those rules. Stick on to the rules. Don't get overly emotional about things. Be more practical. That practicality is going to work now. Jupiter is a helping planet here. It's going to be expansive. It's going to give you wealth generation, thoughts, ideas. So you might just get into that zone where you will get to know lot many things. Sun illuminates the zone where it sits. So here it's the 8th house, the research oriented you. You're going to get into the details right now. This is the time when you have to get into the details, get into that zone where you want to understand how you can utilize the funds, how you can utilize other people's money, how you can, whatever the investors that you have around, how you can make the best use of those avenues that you are surrounded with. Do not let go of these things. It's the best time, so utilize it. Okay, do the chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om 108 times every morning till the time Sun is in your 8th house. This is a very crucial transit, so you need to strengthen the Sun so that whatever decisions you make, and especially for your father's health, you should chant this chant. Okay, it will definitely be positive. Don't think too negative. But yeah, you have to give up your ego, the ego clashes that you're having with people around you. Rahu is also in your 4th house. So maybe with your mother, you're having some clashes, some problems at the place of work you're facing. So all those you have to actually tackle. Coming to the last sign, that is Pisces. For Pisces natives, Sun is going to be transiting your 7th house, being the lord of your 6th, and is aspected by Rahu, is aspected by Jupiter, and the 7th house transit is considered to be giving some affairs, which are going to be cleaned up. Now is the time in your relationship you're going to be spending more time to understand things, clear things, and settle to the best in the best way. Okay, so this is definitely a very positive transit in case you're looking for some partnership, or if you're looking for somebody who, some delegates coming your way, or some kind of, your wealth generation, very good time, getting into partnership business, getting into a relationship, progeny, all these are definitely going to get triggered up. And you're going to be getting into that zone even in deeply. Okay, there is a Bhadra Yoga, that is the Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga, forming because of Mercury. Mercury is in dignity, Sun is in dignity also here. So you're going to be feeling a lot of energy, and how you can utilize it, that's the main focus. You have to be more meticulous, more analytical, more calculative in your, in your business. If you need some investments to be made, do it before Mercury goes retrograde, because Mercury is your seventh lord also. So this is the time to sort out things for health. Also, if you have to, go in for some fitness regime, you should do. In case you have to go in for some investments, you should plan. In case you have to go in for some, planning, detail oriented you. So this is the time in detail you will be doing everything. So do it, and a very good time for the student natives also, very good time for childbirth as well. Chant Om Grini Suryaya Namaha Om 408 times. I've mentioned in the description box also, you can read that. And definitely, yeah, this transit is going to give you a lot of positive energy, maybe some elevation to your spouse, your partner, meeting a partner who is quite influential and powerful also. So enjoy this transit, I would say. So whatever you have any kind of questions, please mention in the description box. I will definitely be sharing that, the answers. And in case you feel that, you have some doubts and I'm not able to respond back, so please have patience. There is a lot of workload and I'm not able to make the videos also on time, as you can see. But yes, definitely, again, I have a lot of gratitude for the ones who have always prayed for me. Please do keep on praying for me and my family always. Thank you so much. You all are also in my prayers, definitely. Thank you so much. Stay blessed, everyone. Have a great sun transit through the Virgo sign for everybody. Om Tat Sat.